Hey guys, my name is Nidarsan, and the purpose of this video is to explain why networking is such a strong, important asset. Strongly believe that networking is your next strong currency because I strongly believe that the person that you want to become, that the person you want to aspire to be, you need that same individuality with the people you hang out with, right? So if you want to become a millionaire, right, you already heard the saying, if you hang out with 5 millionaires, you're gonna be the sixth one. Well, the same applies with anything in life. For example, in the gym, right, in the health industry, if you hang out with 5 bodybuilders, you're gonna be the sixth one. Why? Because their mindset, their habits, their behaviors, they all going to reflect you. It's all a reflection, right? It's it's a deep in psychology. Like it's really like it dates back from thousand of years. Like you don't want to be left alone. So when you hang out with your tribe, you don't want to be like them, right? Because the strongest fear of human being is to be alone. So, but ironically, when you strive to become the best version of yourself, you have no choice to self-isolate yourself. That's the irony. That's because um, you're in a phase that, like, when you want to become wealthy, right? When you self-empowering financially, you cut out your old friends, and you're not you're not in a phase, you're not in a level to hang out with people better than you financially. So what happened is you're in the middle. You don't want to go back with your old friends, and at the same time you're not able to hang out with people above than you. So you're stuck in the middle and you're alone. I call that the lonely phase. That's what I am personally. A personal anecdote. I think right now, because due to the fact I cut off most of my friends because I wanted to do something with my life, I wanted to self improve, and they were not vibing at the same frequency as I was. I naturally I just cut them off, right? Because when I used to hang out with them, and I just I just like I was just going and degenerate things, and I just made a decision like that's that's not what I want to be. I wanted to do something with my life, you know. So what happened is when I started to self improve myself, naturally I started to detach myself from them, and I just started to become self aware of my um, degenerate behaviors I was having with them, right? And that's what happened. Whenever I was trying to self improve, I was just in a self realizing state that, all right, this is it. Like I can be doing like this anymore. So right now in the phase of lonely phase, so you have no choice, right? You can't go back to distraction and the old version you used to be, because the reason why you detach yourself from your old habit is to become the next level you, the next person you need to become, right? So this is like the lowest level that you were, and in order to go to this level, you need to fill out the gap, which is I call the lonely phase. And the lonely phase is the phase you're taking to build yourself in order to um, go to the next level. You see that in a lot of movies, right? In a lot of animes. I don't know if you guys watch a lot of animes. Happened with Naruto and One Piece with Luffy. They take like 2 years with them with themselves, because they realized they were really weak, and in order to become stronger, they self isolated themselves and they become stronger, and that's how they were coping with stronger opponents, right? Same thing with Batman. He self isolated himself in order to become stronger, and I think most humans here in this world need to do the same thing. They need to detach themselves from the world, self isolate themselves in order to become stronger, in order to cope with um, stronger problems in life, right? So, but the problem is people just they just love to just challenge themselves. They don't want to self-improve. They don't want to achieve the better things, and that is strong. I think that is sad because at the other side of the door, there's a lot of beautiful things. In order to go to the next step, you need to um, go over those obstacles, and most people don't do that. They just rather live in comfort than challenging their challenges, right? So I think that the lonely phase is a purifying phase in order to enjoy the next steps of life. It's building, it's shaping into a diamond. All the pain and suffering going through, it's helping you to build your character, and that's why you need to be alone and to isolate yourself. So yeah, and after that, I strongly believe after you build a strong amount of value, you're gonna naturally find people on your frequency. For instance, when you start networking and you build a character, right? You're gonna start to attract people on your same level. And in order to stay in that phase, in that level, you need people in the same level as you. So for example, if you want, like, I aspire to be a millionaire, right? So I want to hang out with people who have the same mindset as me. So who think like me, who have the same behaviors as me. So that's one. Secondly, I want people who are really grateful of life, right? I don't want people who complaining about all the things they see, right? Like the people you said 9 to 5 job, like, oh, I have to go to work, blah blah blah. They always complain about life, right? But I want to hang out with people who are really grateful. Like with every challenge they face, they're like, oh wow, okay, that's a challenge. It's gonna build me, right? So they want to go over the obstacles. So they're just grateful of everything of life, even the negative things. So I want to be around people who are really grateful about life. Third, I want people who are honest and critical about me. For instance, like if I tell them like, yo, am I fat? But like, I'm not fat. In that case, if you hang out with people like, oh no, yo, bro, you're fat, it's fine. But you want to hang out with people who are really critical, like, yo, you have to go to the gym, you gotta eat this and that. Like, you want the people who are honest with you, right? Like, every decision you take, you need you need friends and people who are ready to question your decisions, right? Because if they don't, that's they're just being too nice with you. They don't want you to grow. They just want you to be, right? But the people who are truly care, they are the people who are really critical about you, who's gonna push you to the gym, who's gonna push you in every challenge in life, right? They just don't want you to be. They want you to see you grow. They want you to see you win with them to get all together. So that's that. And yeah, you want people with the same frequency as you. And I think the final most important thing is people who have faith. You want friends and people who want to strongly believe in God, because without faith, like what is life honestly? Like the reason why you're improving, like with health, with your body, with your wealth, with your money, it's God is giving you all this thing, right? And people who don't believe in that, I just believe they're just arrogant and selfish. Although entrepreneurs are selfish, but in a good way. But it is like they are just arrogant and selfish. So you want people who have a strong amount of faith and they strongly believe in God, and they just say like, oh, God gave me everything. I didn't do it for myself. All this, I didn't get it by myself. It's God gave me everything, all the resources I need in order to become the person I needed to be. So that was the result of this video. So that's why I believe that networking is a strong currency. This was the 3 phases: low phase when you're in your whole behaviors, the lonely phase, and the final phase with when you hang out with people you want to become with, who you aspire to become with, and who you hang out with people with the same frequency as you. So yeah, so that's why networking is really important. So yeah guys, see you on the next one. Bye bye.